What happens when the bodyguards of the most powerful man on earth are denied access by foreign security? During President Trump's high-profile visit to China for a crucial bilateral meeting with President Xi Jinping, a tense standoff erupted at the historic Temple of Heaven in Beijing. This wasn't just a minor hiccup, it was a security breach that risked derailing the entire diplomatic agenda. Before we dive into the implications, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss out on critical updates like this one. The context is straightforward. President Trump was in China for a state visit, a trip aimed at fostering dialogue and addressing complex global issues. A key part of this visit included a tour of the Temple of Heaven, a significant cultural and historical site. Naturally, the U.S. Secret Service, responsible for the president's safety, would be there to ensure a secure environment. However, according to reports from the White House press pool, a U.S. Secret Service agent was blocked from entering the event site with their weapon. This wasn't a misunderstanding quickly resolved. The situation escalated, leading to a delay of nearly an hour and a half. Imagine the tension in the air, the silent but potent exchange between two security forces, each operating under their own stringent protocols, but with vastly different interpretations of authority and access. The reports describe an intense discussion taking place, a euphemism that likely masks a significant diplomatic and security confrontation. The core issue was access with a firearm. For the Secret Service, carrying weapons is not optional, it's a fundamental part of their operational mandate to protect the president. For Chinese security, particularly at a sensitive event involving their head of state, granting unauthorized individuals entry with weapons could be seen as a violation of their sovereignty and security protocols. So, what does this incident signify? On one level, it's a stark reminder of the inherent challenges and potential friction points in international travel for a U.S. president. Even with extensive pre-planning and coordination, unexpected situations can arise, testing the limits of diplomatic courtesy and security cooperation. The fact that this occurred during a meeting with President Xi Jinping adds another layer of gravity. It suggests that the friction wasn't at a lower administrative level but potentially involved directives from higher up, or at least a firm stance from their security apparatus. Who was affected? Primarily, the president's security detail, whose ability to perform their duties was compromised. Secondly, the diplomatic mission itself, which aims to present a united and professional front. Any disruption or visible disagreement can undermine the carefully constructed narrative of cooperation. And ultimately, the American public, who rely on these security measures to be ironclad. The possible outcomes are varied. It could be brushed aside as a diplomatic incident, a minor spat resolved behind closed doors. However, it could also be a symptom of deeper mistrust or a deliberate message being sent by the Chinese government. Was this a test of American resolve? A signal of China's growing assertiveness on the global stage? Or simply a bureaucratic entanglement that spiraled out of control? The delay in access and the intensity of the discussion suggest it was more than just a simple administrative error. It points to a fundamental disagreement on security protocols, a disagreement that could have had severe consequences if not managed carefully. This incident also raises questions about the broader context of US-China relations. These are two global superpowers with complex economic, political, and military interests. The relationship is characterized by both cooperation and intense competition. Incidents like this, even if seemingly minor in isolation, can contribute to an atmosphere of suspicion and mistrust. They can provide fodder for those who advocate for a more confrontational approach to China, and conversely, they can be used by those who believe in de-escalation to highlight the need for clearer communication and established protocols. The fact that a Secret Service agent was prevented from carrying their weapon is a critical detail. It speaks to a potential breakdown in the established norms of presidential security detail operations abroad. While foreign governments certainly have their own security requirements, the safety of a visiting head of state is usually a top priority, and compromises are often made to ensure that safety. The intense discussion likely involved hashing out these compromises, with neither side willing to back down immediately. This event could also have implications for future high-level visits. If China perceived a certain level of compliance or a lack of strong protest from the US in this instance, they might be emboldened to impose similar restrictions in the future. Conversely, if the US made its displeasure clearly known and secured assurances that such incidents would not be repeated, it might serve as a deterrent. The long-term impact depends on how this incident is perceived and addressed by both governments behind the scenes. So what do you think about this? Was China's action a deliberate provocation, a standard security measure, or a miscommunication with severe potential consequences? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This incident, while resolved enough to allow the visit to continue, serves as a potent symbol of the intricate and often fraught nature of international diplomacy and the unwavering commitment required to safeguard global leaders. We will continue to monitor these developments closely.